Picture this: you are a senior in college and are about to graduate with the degree of your choice. For most people, this would be a great accomplishment. However, you realize you never did an internship and have no jobs lined up after graduation. Now that your parents have quit helping you, how are you going to make ends meet? If only the Career Services Department would have been more helpful, then you would have had a career to step into once you graduate. Well, have no fear, because here at Delta Consulting, we strive in helping colleges fix departments in need. The department we are going to be focusing on is the Career Services Department at the University of West Georgia. It is in dire need of our assistance, and with hard work and dedication, we will be able to maximize its success. After this presentation, I hope you will be able to see how much good our company does for colleges all around and how we could possibly help your school. The topics we will be discussing today are our company background, our statement of need, and our internal and external communications, and finally, our recommendations. Our first speaker is none other than Caleb Garrison, who will be informing you on our company background.
Here at Delta Consulting Company, we can ensure that you are getting the best possible services. Delta Consulting Company was founded on the principles of honesty, integrity.
Thank you, Caleb. I will now be discussing why the University of West Georgia. I would first like to discuss the department's online presence. My team and I targeted. This graph compares the University of West Georgia's Career Services Department.
Hello everyone, I'm Javon Finizzi and I manage internal communications for my team at Delta Consulting. Internal communications exhibits how departments currently communicate with one another, along with discovering new ways to improve those communications. Our team at Delta Consulting conducted some research at the Career Services Department of West Georgia to determine which method is most effective when disclosing certain information. We discovered that communication is divided into three methods: telephone, email, and face-to-face. The telephone method covers just over a third of department communication with a 37% usage rate, but it isn't as effective as email or face-to-face interactions. Our team at Delta Consulting suggests decreasing its role in department communication to tasks such as event notice or customer support. This generates genuine concern and authenticity when performing specific tasks. Now, with email communication, the department uses this method at about 16%, even though it's one of the world's most modern methods of communication today. Our team at Delta suggests increasing its role, but only to a certain extent, as it cannot impart information in a tacit manner. Now, with face-to-face, the department uses this method the most, with a 47% usage rate, and it is understandably so that they do, as face-to-face communication is easier to learn information with nonverbal cues such as body language or facial expressions. Our team at Delta Consulting suggests decreasing its role in communication, but just slightly, to only balance out with the other means of communication. Now I will hand it off to Anna Maines, who will be conducting our presentation of external communications.
Hi, my name is Anna Maines and I am a partner with Delta Consulting. I specialize in studying the external communications of a business and finding improvements to be made in that field. External communications is how a company communicates outside of their business. How a company externally communicates is directly tied to that company's success and efficiency. My team and I have been working alongside the Career Services Department at the University of West Georgia. The department currently uses in-person meetings, phone calls, and emails as methods of externally communicating with the university's student body. Let's look into those methods, their efficiency, and their frequency. As I said earlier, the Career Services Department uses phone calls, emails, and in-person meetings. The Career Services Department has a phone number listed on their website that the students can call to speak to an advisor. The reason a student may want to call to speak to an advisor is to ask for advice, to make appointments, to find out more information about events, or to find out more information about job postings. Delta Consulting conducted a student-wide survey to find out which method of communication currently used by the department was most preferred. We found out that phone calls is the least preferred. Although this is the least preferred method of communication by the students of the university, we feel it is still very effective. They also use emails to communicate with the students. Communication through email is more preferred by the students of the university over phone calls, but still not very highly favored. We believe it is more preferred because it is more flexible to the crazy, busy, and scattered schedule of college students. We found problems with this method being directly tied to the confidentiality, enthusiasm, and security within these emails. We at Delta Consulting have offered some modifications to the email template to ensure that the traits be made in the emails to the student body. After observing the external communication methods implemented by the University of West Georgia's Career Services Department, me and my team were able to create a SWOT analysis to assess the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats that are facing this university's department. Please see the chart for further explanation on the SWOT analysis. The strengths that the department is an extremely valuable asset to the University of West Georgia and its student body. Weaknesses are that the department is using old methods of communication, which is limiting their efficiency and student engagement. Opportunities are limitless when and if the department chooses to implement social media and more modernized methods of communication. The major threats that are facing the Career Services Department are other universities within the state of Georgia that can better serve the students of the University of West Georgia in job searching and career readiness. We will now move over to our recommendations portion of this presentation that will be presented by my partner, Gregory Fox.
Thank you, Anna. As Anna mentioned, my name is Gregory Fox. I'm a partner at Delta Consulting, and I'll be discussing our recommendations. For many, your website may be the first or most recent interaction they have with your department. Therefore, it is imperative that your website properly represents the professionalism of the Career Services Department. Unfortunately, that is currently not the case. We are recommending a complete review of your website. Make sure all tabs are properly labeled, that they route the user to the intended destination, and do not lead to any pages that can't be reached. In addition, we're also recommending upgrading your site to include a search engine, a frequently asked questions page, a page devoted to career service success stories and testimonials from alumni, as well as a map and navigation applet would make it easier to locate your department. Thank you, Anna. As Anna mentioned, my name is Gregory Fox. I'm a partner at Delta Consulting, and I'll be discussing our recommendations. For many, your website may be the first or most recent interaction they have with your department. Therefore, it is imperative your website properly represents the professionalism of the Career Services Department. Unfortunately, that is currently not the case. We are recommending a complete review of your website. Make sure all tabs are properly labeled, that they route the user to the intended destination, and do not lead to any pages that can't be reached. In addition, we're also recommending upgrading your site to include a search engine, a frequently asked questions page, a page devoted to career service success stories and testimonials from alumni, as well as a map and navigation applet would make it easier to locate your department. The sooner students are aware of the Career Services Department, the sooner they can start taking advantage of all you have to offer. Therefore, we are recommending making the Department of Career Services part of the UWG campus tours. In addition to making tour participants familiar with the Career Services Department, it will also provide you with an opportunity to supply participants with information about what the Career Services Department has to offer, as well as the benefits of using your department. All tour participants should be provided with a card summarizing this information, and it should also be posted conspicuously on your website. We are also recommending adding a calendar applet and a text reminder applet to your website. This will make it easier for students to schedule appointments, as well as providing students with text appointment reminders and texts pertaining to upcoming career service events.
In conclusion, I hope this presentation sheds some light on what exactly we do at Delta Consulting. We strive to maximize our clients' profitability and efficiency in every way possible. Once Delta Consulting is done working with the University of West Georgia's Career Services Department, students will then be able to maximize their experience at the college by having jobs lined up after they graduate. In order for the plan to work, UWG needs to fix the Career Services website, add more events, and get students more involved. I hope you can see how vital our company is and how we are able to help students all over. It is our goal to fix colleges' broken departments and help any way possible. I hope you all enjoyed this presentation, and now I'd like to ask you if you guys have any questions.
The Career Services Department at West Georgia has nothing to lose, but all to gain.
The Career Services Department at the University of West Georgia will be able to increase their public image, increase student involvement, and improve the department functionality once implementing our recommendations. This process is going to be a timely change, as most turnarounds do not happen overnight. We would greatly encourage this change to be observed as an investment rather than a job. In regards to how long this process will take, I would assume that it would probably take around 6 months, because we would have to be changing the software and teach the staff about the different, more improved, modernized communication efforts and new systems that we would have to implement. And as far as effort goes, we think that every team member involved in the Career Services Department should be giving 100% to this change, as it will, again, increase the department's public image, increase the student involvement, and improve the department's functionality.
Now for our next question. Why should you trust Delta Consulting?
The way our website recommendation will improve the department image is because when people want to check out a department, the first thing they're going to do is log on to the website and, check it out. Most people today are very tech savvy and are very proficient with computers and the internet, and therefore, they're going to, check it out online. As opposed to, 20 years ago, somebody who wanted to check out a department, may do it in person. But, however, the website recommendation is one of the most important, and I definitely do think it would increase the image.
Compared to other departments on campus, the Career Services Department has infinite potential in terms of long-term success with students. They play such an essential role in helping students find their careers and vocations, such as internship programs, externship programs, shadowing, job applications. The Career Services play such an essential role with helping students find their vocation. It's almost impossible not for them to play such a role.
Thank you for that great question. Simply put, working with Delta Consulting would be a smart choice and a great investment, because we are prepared to help you achieve your stated goal of providing students with the comprehensive resources needed to attain their professional career goals. A recent study found that on average, only 61% of undergraduate students use the Career Services Department. Approximately 11,000 undergraduate students attend UWG. That means on average, over 4,000 students a year are not taking advantage of what Career Services has to offer. We believe that by following our recommendations to improve your department's image, improve student involvement, and improve department promotion through student participation, it will lead to an increased number of students using the Career Services Department. This will lead to increased rates of hire, decreased time seeking a job, and better pay for those students. This in turn will create a cycle of success where each success leads to more success, which will eventually lead to the success of the Career Services Department being a major draw in attracting new students to the UWG. Thank you.